This is the At Home with Zac
and TT for the Millwall drive home, reporting on the game that just finished at the Den. Millwall 1.
Middlesbrough 0.
3 points, we'll take it after what happened in midweek. Again, another game closer to the end of the season, another game closer to us getting back in the ground. A hard battling performance from the line today. Both teams looked solid defensively, very few chances created. But ultimately, I think we've done enough just to nick all 3 points. And it was a good starting lineup. It was a starting lineup I've been asking for. The changes that quite a few Millwall fans have been asking for. Man of the match performances from quite a few players, actually. But we'll both obviously go into it. Thank you very much for watching the Millwall drive home. We really appreciate you being here. And we appreciate the likes and the comments that you put on. If you can do that again, that would be greatly appreciated. And let's go into the starting lineup. So we started with Bartosz in goal, a back three of Jake Cooper, Sean Hutchinson, and alongside them coming in the centre-back was Murray Wallace, which is something that I personally wanted to see. I think it was a good addition. Scott Malone, left wing back. The right wing back, Danny McNamara, and I was really glad to see him back in the starting lineup. In front of them, we had a midfield two of Woods and George Evans. The attacking midfielder that was slightly in front of them today was Billy Mitchell. The return of Billy, which was, for me, I've been going on about that for ages. Billy should be in the starting lineup every single week. And then a front two of Jed Wallace and Mason Bennett. Very, very little happened in the half. The first 15 minutes of the half, it was a couple of, a free kick from Boro and a wayward shot from the Lions. But I felt we grew into that first half the more it went on. The first chance, ironically, created by an accident, by an error from Bettinelli, who tries to clear it. It falls straight to Billy Mitchell, who takes a little touch. He's under pressure, to be fair, and he kicks it along the ground. He'd probably be, if he weren't under pressure, it'd have been interesting to see if he could have just chipped that over the goalkeeper and to score his first goal as a professional. But he didn't. Obviously, went straight to the keeper. We kept on the pressure. First half, we looked the better side, to be fair. We created far more chances. I can't even remember a Boro chance other than the free kick. Malone does really well. Gets the ball to Bennett, who plays it into Jed. And Jed, it's a great ball from Bennett. Dissects the defence. Jed then has a shot, curls it with the outside of his right foot, and it's not quite in a corner, but it's a really good save by Bettinelli.
He's had to get right down. It was driven across the floor, but he's had to get right down.
And then we take the lead on the half-hour mark. Excellent play by Billy Mitchell. It really summed up his performance. And to be fair, me and Zac have got separate man of the matches, and it's epitomised in this play for the goal. Who's your man of the match?
Jed Wallace.
And my man of the match was Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell won the ball really well in the midfield, got in front of the Boro player, plays the ball to Jed, who's actually got, obviously, an awful lot to do. But Jed then takes the ball, he's one-on-one with the defender. The defender is expecting him to cut in on his right, so it gives him far too much time. Jed just keeps going to the byline, gets it in, drills it, doesn't just look to get a cross back, drills it off the defender, and it goes into the back of the net. The second time that we've had that, the second time that we've scored a goal like that this season. I think the other one was against Wickham, but I may well be wrong. I normally am wrong, to be fair. But it was excellent by Jed, and Jed's energy levels are just ridiculous. Go on, you want to talk about him being man of the match? I think we should do it now.
I would say just Jed. He burned his balls off. He's so good in that right mid position / centre forward position. I just think that the fact that he was just driving the ball to no one as well, it's just shows that he's quite clever. But yeah, he really tries to get the ball, pushes for it, and that's why he deserved a man of the match spot today.
He always looks threatening, and to be fair, he has got that quality as well. He's by far the best Millwall player we've got by a long way. I don't even think it's close. And it again epitomised that on just before half time. He gets the ball, plays it in, a slide rule pass into Danny McNamara, who's coming in on goal. To be fair, he hasn't really got a left foot. That'll develop in time. Takes a shot, just driven. It's never going in, just past the post.
Wide.
But it's a great ball by Jed and a good run, good positioning by Danny McNamara to get into that position.
Which shows that he could do more than Romeo already.
And it was a dominating first half performance. Like I said, I thought Billy Mitchell today really epitomised what anyone wants to see in a Millwall player. He was tenacious. He was, I think he was careful on the ball. I don't think that he did drive a couple of times into space, which is what I want to see. Tackling was excellent, and I know I do go on a little bit, but seeing McNamara and Mitchell in the lineup just gives me a bit more verve and vigour. I think we look more of a Millwall side, and that
gives us a bit more hope.
Yeah, it does. It gives us a bit more hope. Funny enough, I think just before half time, it's now come to me the one mistake. Funny enough, McNamara and Hutch got beat. The Boro player gets between them, gets to the byline, cuts it back for Balassi, who has a shot just on the half. Just by the penalty spot, and he shanks it wide. You expect him to do better. And to be fair, Balassi was a player I always liked at Palace. Very skillful, but he seems an absolute shadow of the player that he used to be. And that just shows you go to the Premiership with this attitude, expectation, not attitude. I don't necessarily think he's got an attitude, but it's amazing to see how far he's dropped off from where he was. And he, like I said, he's a complete shadow of the player that I remember him being. Second half, Boro far better, put us under a lot of pressure, but defensively we looked so solid. Whenever there was chances, it opened up for them for a short moment, but then it was either a block or two fantastic saves by Bart. The ball was into the box. It fell very well. It fell to Savoy. You expect him to score. He drills it. Bart saves that well. And then, again, another ball into the box. They were doing really well getting down to the touchline and then cutting the ball across. This time Evans with a last-ditch tackle and clears it away for a corner. Then Watmore had a shot. Again, he's about 8 yards out. Looks like he's going to go. And then from nowhere, Murray Wallace comes and shows you why he's in the team. I thought that we're talking about, fun enough, the 4 Ds of defence in... do you want to say it? In training
defending
with the Lions when we do our Zoom calls before we get back to training, and
I think it just shows that when you watch professional football and you know all the Ds, it just shows that we do them.
We defended so well today. The 4 Ds are delay, deny, deflect, defend. And the amount of times that last ditch tackle, that deflection, it makes so much of a difference. But we look so defensively solid when we can have that compactness at the back. Obviously when we try and play out from the back and we get caught, the transition is where we're most vulnerable. But going forward, I think there's enough in this team. This is in my opinion, our strongest lineup with the return of Conor Mahoney on the bench.
Oh yeah.
I think that's really encouraging and something that he's only going to improve the team and give Bennett and Jed a little bit more of a break up front.
I would say maybe Bennett's looking today. He looked a bit more shaky than he does. I think we should maybe bring Mahoney on for a few games, give Bennett a little rest, and then.
I don't think Mahoney will be able to play that front 2 position that Bennett's done, and Bennett's done really well there. I thought we done well today, but all across the back line, Hutch was excellent, Cooper was excellent, and so was Murray Wallace in that back 3. And Malone's always a danger getting out. I think it was a bit quiet for him today, but he was still certainly later on in that second half where he does a brilliant ball into J-Bod. And J-Bod does really well, to be fair. Gets a good contact on it and it's very well saved by the goalkeeper. Maybe it would have been nice to make it 2-0. I can only ever, after that, remember Watmore having one chance, but again, it was well saved by Bart. Bart does what you expect Bart to do. He very, very rarely makes mistakes.
He is a very, very solid keeper.
It's so good. It's so good to have him in the team. And because you know that he's going to make most of the saves. We've not had that. And I don't want to go back to the time where we have a keeper where you just trust him. Really, that's the best way I can put it. I trust Bart to do what Bart does. And that's...
But we didn't trust Jordan Archer.
No, and funny enough, he was on the bench for Middlesbrough today. Obviously, Warnock was annoyed that there was only 3 minutes of injury time. the trainer doesn't come on once in that second half. You know, not once. Mill players, you know, we're 1-0 up. We're trying to win the game. Not once do our players stay down and feign injury. Yes, all right, maybe Bart takes a little bit more time with some goal kicks.
That's good.
But then, you know, in terms of the substitutions and time wasting there, Warnock made all these subs at the same time. We made 2 subs and 2 subs, so I think 3 minutes were the thing. I thought the ref
it's expected to waste time anyway.
I thought the ref had a pretty decent game today.
Yeah.
You know, the one where obviously Jed's pulled down by Bowler on the halfway line.
It's a red.
I don't think it's a red. I think there's a covering defender, but there's a chance that Willis.
He's through on goal.
I don't know whether he's through on goal. He could have been through on goal, but Bowler brings him down anyway. It's bad by Bowler. He's got caught in possession. Okay. But that's 3 points for the Lions. We now go into an international break, which is needed. You know, I think it would be good for the players to get a big rest up. Hopefully, Kefton Beld can come back from injury. Obviously, a bit more time for Mahoney. But I want to see Billy Mitchell and Danny McNamara in every starting lineup. I want to see Junior Tenser back on the bench and certainly definitely a chance to get a game before the end of the season. We're 10 points behind the playoffs. We're now clear, 52 points. We're definitely not getting relegated. It was 99% on Wednesday night after the QPA. We're not getting relegated, which is brilliant.
Is it 100% now?
It's 100%. There's too many teams below us. I'll run around Hyde Park naked if we get relegated, and nobody wants to see that. We're definitely staying up. So it means we're in the league next year, hopefully when fans can return. And that's what you want. Set us up for the Championship. I think Rowett's doing well with the players that he's currently got. If we can make a few more additions, we've got the structure of a good side. And we'll go again after the international break. Thank you very much for watching the Mill Drive Home. Only one way we can end it. No one likes us.
We don't care.
3 points. Yes.